Peace and love, fam. How y'all doing? This is Sister Nzinga from Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga. Woo, y'all, I'm just getting back from the farm. You see how I'm looking at everything? I'm just getting back. Well, I went up on a Monday and was supposed to come back on Tuesday. Oh boy, but it rained so hard I could not come down because part of the road gets really bad and slippery. It's like a high steep hill. So nope, couldn't come down. So I couldn't come down till this afternoon. So had lots of sunshine. So I just waited till it kind of like, got like the high noon. A little bit after that, the road was good and wasn't even totally dry, but I was able to get down there. So I was just happy. So I started giving thanks. I also give thanks to my subscribers, those that push the notification button, and those that give me a thumbs up, and those also who sharing and caring. And I just love those that will give me some feedback. And one thing I do want to ask you about is to let me know where you from. Okay, like where you reading this thing from? Okay, where are you checking out Sister and Thing is flowing and growing? Are you flowing and growing? I hope you are. But I'm gonna be brief today because, like I said, just got back from the farm. I gotta go and get cleaned up and everything. But it was a wonderful day. I got a lot of stuff done, and then it's just so beautiful, beautiful being up in the mountains. I'm just telling you, if you have an experience going up in the mountains and spending the night there, it's just such a beautiful experience being out in nature. But some people really just don't really even want to get down with nature. But I'm telling you, you're missing out on something. That's something definitely that in society they shy us away from doing stuff like that out. Like think only white people camp outside, and not trying to be um, racist or anything. Well, I can't be racist, but I ain't trying to say it in a prejudiced way. But we can camp, we can sleep outside. They got, as a matter of fact, they have all kind of organizations now that black singles or just the melanated campers or I think they got even something like sisters who run. I mean, so there's lots of things we can do. We can mix and mingle with each other. But anyway, I'm just going to let me get back to my topic here was emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Only ourselves can free our minds, y'all. Only ourselves is our responsibility to take care of yourself and then help someone else. But we got a lot of people out here trying to tell people what to do, and they haven't worked on themselves. But that's what people say. I'm just repeating what somebody else said, so I don't want to get into all that kind of stuff because I ain't judging nobody. Everybody's wherever they at, and everybody's doing what they want to do because life is really about choices. It's really about choices, and that's why we still stuck on this thing called think, y'all. It ain't illegal yet. It ain't illegal yet. With all the shit that's going on, y'all think it ain't illegal yet. And I told you, I've been sharing this acronym, taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. I'm still on that, trying to tell you it's no good to you if you don't implement the new knowledge. If you don't implement the new knowledge, it's going to be no good for you. And so I want to continue pressing on things like that because I want you to think about, the things that we do. Like, why do people continue to smoke cigarettes when they know that, that it's cancerous? Well, we do know why because once you start smoking cigarettes, it's addictive, and they know it's addictive. And then, but we as a society let them continue to sell these cigarettes, even though they said they put on a label tell you you got a choice. Either this thing says causes cancer and blah 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 blah, but then you still want to pay for it. And the cost of cigarettes is about like I don't know, somewhere between $10 to $15 a pack. I don't know for sure because I don't smoke, but woo, when I tried to smoke, I think packs was only 75 cents. That was when I was like, phew, I was foolish in the afternoon, trying to hang out with my friends because my friends were smoking. I took a couple of my mom's Territons. Oh my gosh, this shit was like nasty. I don't know what. I said, oh no, this is not for me. It was very short lived, very short lived. But yeah, so that's just one thing. Why do we continue to do that as a people? These are things you have to emancipate yourself from. Why do we continue to let the images of the person they call Jesus be a white person? If you go to an event, if it's at your church, if it's on a program, it's at some place where you're speaking or whatever, why do you sit and accept that? Because that's not true. That's not true. And so everybody, and mostly everybody knows it because they know it. Surely I know it. I mean, if I know it, surely, a lot of other people know it. But so these are kind of things we have to change in our ways. And then why do we continue to celebrate holidays when we know that this is just something that they made up? Because some of them, like, what does the Easter bunny have to do with the rabbit and what's the stuff they do on Easter, and we know the different things that happen with Jesus the Christ. It wasn't during those particular times, and definitely he wasn't born on December 25th. That's a lie. Why do we continue to just perpetuate these things? And especially when you see that image, why do we participate in stuff that have that image on anything, on a picture, on a banner, or anywhere, without saying something about it? They're not going to change it because we just accept it. There's been so many things that the society has made a norm. It's totally not right, but they've made it a norm. That's because what everybody does. That's what everybody does. Which is like, give your child a phone, or have a TV in your child's room. It's really not best for your child to have a TV in his or her room. It's really not good for your child to have a phone unless you have a situation where you need to be calling your child, something like that. But at a young age, it's not. But everybody else does it, and so we do it because everybody else does it. I don't want my kid to be the look like the dumb one, or the one that ain't got something. So I'm going to do it. If we don't start doing these things, take a hold of the information that you have and start implementing that knowledge. Why do we like if you call what if you call somebody for a certain thing, and they say, okay, ma'am, I think it's um happens on the 22nd of September, and so you say okay and hang up. I mean, I used to do it, so I'm not trying to be trying to say, but have you ever done that? Now, or do you see what's wrong with that? Because somebody will say, I think it's such, such, such. And then you say, okay. And then when it doesn't go down on such and such date, or whatever the person says, because they said, I think, they wasn't sure. You got to say, well, ma'am, okay, so, you think so, but is there any way that we can find out somebody who knows for sure? You don't have to be rude about it. Like, well, I ain't asked you what you think. Da da da. So we ain't doing that, though. Just say, yeah, can you find somebody who's absolutely sure? Because you don't want somebody to think that, think this, think that. But we do it all the time, we accept that. And why do we go into Chinese stores? I don't even go in Chinese stores. I try not to go in Chinese stores. I put it that way, as much as possible. Um, and they be dirty. They don't sweep the floor sometimes, and some of the stuff it's like dust on the packages. If something maybe that's been sitting there for a long time. No way I wouldn't give them my money. No way. No way I wouldn't give them my money. And why aren't more involved in our PTA meetings at our children's schools? And why aren't we involved in like our civic association, the community, whatever's going on in your community? Go into those meetings, see what's going on in the community, being involved. Yeah, you have to go to be, and so you can see what's going on, because they will tell you we're doing this and this and this, and so you have to say, okay, well, no, no, no. So at least somebody can say, oh, y'all, we need to have a do a petition or something, because they get ready to do something, so we don't want that. But if no one is there, none of us was there. Because I've seen turn to certain like mixed communities, and sometimes some people don't go, and then they want to complain about this has happened, that's happened. You can't let other people make decisions about your livelihood. You have to have a say in it, and you should have a say in it. I mean, just like, why do we always say? I know it's been over 400 years that it's been quote unquote like released from slavery, but chattel slavery. Well, everybody been saying it for years and years and years. I don't know if Malcolm said it or back in the day, 400 years. I know sometimes the other leaders, the church preachers and so forth. The 400 years, it's more than 400 years, but everybody say 400 years. And everybody just so used to say we the slave tables for 400 years. It ain't 400 years. Let's find out exactly what it is and use that term. And with so many things, it's like, it's some things is just simple, and it has to do with it's us making choices. Like sometimes you can go to the store, you can't hardly find a top. Sometimes a top, a skirt that's the length that you want, or something like that. But some people buy it anyway because this is the style everybody's wearing it. No, if you check to see how you look in it, don't buy it because excuse me, don't buy because this is what everybody's wearing. You have to buy it with what you like and what looks good on you, and most importantly, what you like. You don't have to stop wearing your things because that's not the style. That's not the style for or what's trending. But you happen to spend your money for this particular thing. You like it and it looks good on you. Oh, but the people don't wear that style no more. I don't give a damn if they wear it or not. I'm putting this on. I paid for it already, and that's when you have to think for yourself, and not have to worry about you people trying to give you the okay, that now okay, yeah, I guess if it's in style, it's in the magazine, it's in something something something. If we just gotta do better, y'all. When you know better, you gotta do better. So just find little things, just simple things, that's that's good. And why are we teaching our children after school on or on Sundays, or finding out, talking to, be involved in our teachers, teach our students teachers, because you never know who these people are, and so you have to have a relationship with them. Let them know, this is my child. Da da da. Here's their quirks and da 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 da. I care. If something goes on, please call me. Something something something. You have to be involved, or sometimes it'll slip through, or they may do something to your child. You may never even know about it. And why do we why aren't we doing more of, when we're in the car with our children, to turn the radio off, let them put down their phones or tablets, whatever they got, and that's the time that you talk, the family talk, and especially have dinner time. At dinner time, no electronics at dinner time. Sit down with your children and have a little talk about, like, how your day was, and you know whatever's going on in your family. Something's coming up, or somebody's birthday's coming up, or just you plan a trip, or just find out whatever interest is that your children have. Just talk about those type of things. So these are times that we spend time together in the car. You spend time together. You listen to your children when you get home at night sometimes, and then definitely at the dinner table. But we have to stop doing what people think is what people say was no normal. What everybody's doing. Well, that's not normal. Well, what is normal? You can create your own normal. You have to create what's good for you. People say you're supposed to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No, you don't have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's why we have obesity. You don't have to. People have different metabolisms. People have different issues as far as with their trying to take weight off, add weight on, or all those different things. Know your own body. Know what your body needs. So we have to create our own norm. And this is the problem, is that the narrative, this is the thing, is that we have to emancipate ourselves from the narrative that society has created. The narrative that you go to school from kindergarten to 12th, and then from 12th to da 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 da. That's a narrative somebody's created. And during those 12 years of programming, they're not teaching you anything about anything that you could just go on and create a livelihood for yourself. Then say, now you got to go to the next school. You got to go to college. You can learn this, learn that, and the other. That's not the way it should be. It's best for you to learn a skill, learn something you can do with your hands, something nobody can take from you, because college is really not for everybody. And then college is costing so much, and then when you get out of college, you can't find a job, and then you have all this debt. That's really what they want. So you have to do something different. Find what works for you. That's why everybody has a gift. Everybody has a gift, and find out what your gift is, and work towards that gift. And it may not be what's normal for your age group. It may not be normal for your size. It may not be normal for your gender, or whatever. But if you love doing it, then that's just do it, and not worry about like what other people will say. Do what makes you happy. Happiness is an inside job. So we really have to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, and that's to be able to get off of the wheel, start doing things the way that you would like to do them. Celebrate things when you want to. You're not obligated to celebrate all these things. If you see something that if you're a good friend of somebody's, or somebody that you care about something, and you see this item, and say, "Oh, right, I'm not gonna buy it, not because it ain't their birthday." Man, did you buy it because you saw this thing, and you just wanted to give it to the person because you made them, they made this thing made them think about you. So we don't have to go through these guidelines and different things like that. And you don't have to give somebody a gift just because they give you a gift. That's that. That thing's caught up, because I don't celebrate Christmas, and I'll be telling you I don't celebrate Christmas, so I'm not expecting anything from you. And I'm just because I'm not. I don't give out Christmas presents. You know. Um, I just don't. That's my choice. My choice. I don't celebrate that holiday, and so I don't choose to participate in any way at all. So, so you have to find a way that your life is pleasant for you, without being disrespectful to yourself or anyone else. I'm not trying to say everybody go be all willy nilly do what the hell you want to do. No, 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 no. All right, so thank you. It ain't illegal yet. Take hold of this new knowledge. There's no sense in if you learn something new about something. Wow, really? Start buying from new places. We don't always have to buy it at Walmart. What you call that thing? Amazon and stuff like that, and Temu. There are some black you can just do Google them. Go on there and Google, the black owned online shopping. There's plenty of them out there. We have to start doing for self, y'all. And I hope you understand that. So anything you do for yourself is just one more point for us as a community, as a nation. So God loves you and so do I. Peace and love.